Hey guys, welcome to the video, welcome to my garage. In this video, as you can see, Mauler is finally done. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything that I did since the last video to get him up to this point. So it's been about 2 months since the last video, and I want to let you guys know why I didn't post in that time frame, because I think I owe that to some of the regulars here. So I got into a situation with my family where my father, who's 79 years old, and back in Illinois, I live out here in Colorado. My father, my brother, my sister, my mom, they all still live in Illinois, which is about 1,000 miles away. My father got sick and he required our attention, me, my brother, and my sister, trying to work through his medical issues, work through his financial issues, try to find him a live-in care or a retirement facility, just various things of that nature. That I got all wrapped up in that, and that affected me mentally. And I can't, if I make a video, if I'm making a YouTube video, I have to be in a positive state of mind, not only when I'm making the video, but just my life in general has to be in a good place. Otherwise, I don't have the energy or the attitude to make the videos. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's exactly how it is with me. So you guys can be assured, if I'm making a video, I'm generally happy in life, is basically how that works. So for about 8 weeks there, I was all wrapped up with that stuff, and it was affecting me mentally. I just was not able to produce a video. I was still working on Mauler, not as much as I wanted to, but I was still working on Mauler, and actually that was to a certain degree a form of therapy for me, but I wasn't in a place where I could have been doing videos. But I'm coming through that now, and we've got him in a better situation. So now I can mentally get myself in a happier place, and I can get back on track with some videos. So that being said, let me pick back up on Mauler here. So in the last update video, I was talking about the wiring and the fuel cell and the radiator. And then I released a video shortly after that where I went over painting the frame. I gave the frame a flat black paint job. Since then, most of the focus has been on the paint, obviously. If you look at Mauler right now, he's got what they call California orange paint job. Personally, I love it. I think the orange with the black just looks good. It really does. I wanted to keep him not too flashy looking. I think he looks good and he catches attention, but he looks, being that he's orange, and for a long time you could purchase a Volkswagen Bug orange, it helps him with that more traditional Volkswagen look, I think. And the paint that I used, I'll put a link to it in the description. It was like $230 for a gallon. And all of this paint right here, I probably used 3/4 of a gallon. I still have a little bit left over. So this paint job for $230, oh my gosh, it looks so good. It feels so good. It's so smooth. Damn it, that is nice. This is the nicest paint job I've ever done. We all know that I love Ratchet. I love Ratchet, and I like the paint job on Ratchet. But the paint job on Mauler looks nicer. It's smoother. My gosh, that's nice. You can still see a little bit of orange peel in there, but it's orange, you know? Orange peel on orange paint. That just works. So anyways, when I did the paint, because of the fact that Mauler here is just all individual body panels, I was able to take each piece and I would take it up onto my loft here. And you can see the orange glow. Everything up here has an orange haze on it now. But boop, you can see clear as day right there. What I did is I hung a tarp or like some plastic visqueen off of this PVC pipe. I just hung it down, and then in the back of the loft here, there's 2 exhaust fans that just pull air from here and throw it up into the attic space. And what I would do is, because I had probably 80% of this blocked off, when I would turn on those fans, the plastic would kind of pull itself in a little bit, and anywhere there were little gaps, like through here, you could just feel air rushing through here, and it made it so that down here you didn't have to protect anything. There was literally zero overspray that made it over here, and you can clearly see that everything stayed clear over here, and everything over here just got crazy orange overspray on it. But I had the drill press and the punch and the plasma cutter. I had those things covered, my chop saw. I had all my decent stuff up here covered, and then I'll probably just end up replacing this carpet because everything is crazy covered. As a matter of fact, if you look at, these are my garage sandals, and even they have a little bit of an orange tint, and I think my my knee has a little bit of orange. These jeans have a little bit of an orange tint. There was a lot of orange paint flying around. But it was nice to be able to just take each piece one at a time. Even the roof, I was able to take the roof up here and slide it up here, set it up on some horses and paint it, give it a day or two to dry, and then I could take it down and put it right on the vehicle. I did do some light body work, like the holes for the door handles. You know, I filled those in. This had, you know, this is the original panel, and then there's a welded on panel here. There was a weld seam through here. I covered that up as lightly as I possibly could. Things like on the roof, there was a hole here. Actually, no, you can't see it, but in the real world where I am here, I can see a little remnants of where that was. But I filled things like that in. Minor stuff. I didn't go crazy because, for crying out loud, this is a Baja. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it looks pretty good. It looks really good. And I don't know if I told you this, but is it smooth? My gosh. Anyways, as you can see, Mauler is painted. And then as I was doing that, once I had the chassis painted, then I could do the final build, which is where you put everything in and you torque everything down, you use Loctite, you just make everything perfect. Put all that in just like I had it before, added the fluids, added oil, updated or upgraded the rear axles from U-joint rear axles to, these are 930 CV rear axles. The reason that I did that is, for myself, I enjoy playing around with the U-joint axles, and with the U-joint axles, I was able to get 18 inches of travel out of him. With these 930s, these are real basic 930s, so they're only going to like 20 degrees before they get unhappy. So I've got the limit strap, I've got my limit strap here set to 18 degrees. So at 18 degrees, it's only getting like 14 inches of travel. But like I said, I'm okay playing around with U-joints for myself, but if this is going to go to somebody else, the CVs are safer and more reliable than the U-joints. So that's why I went ahead and did the upgrade to the CV joint axles. Then nothing really changed on the inside except just paint. You can see on the door there, all of the body panels on the inside, I painted them flat black just because painting everything flat black gives it a nice dark look. And then on the panels on the front, these panels are made out of ABS plastic, except I carpeted the inside just to give it a little bit of a quieter, cozy feeling. But on the outside here, these are just 1/8 inch ABS plastic. And then everything, basically everything inside is what you saw on the last update. It's just that it's been installed for the final time. I did finish off the doors here. Now the doors actually did not come out as well as I wanted them to. I think what I did wrong here is the door itself is just literally an exterior skin of a Volkswagen door. It's got a little bit of support in there, which is these are wood pieces that are epoxied in, and that's to give the door some rigidity, because without that it was extremely loose. It is still a little bit floppy, but it's not bad until you go to close it. It's kind of hard to close, and then it's a little floppy. I mean, it's not bad. When it's closed, it's pretty solid. But, you know, the other doors, the doors that Mahler had before, which were the original Volkswagen doors, if you slammed it like that, they would just close beautifully. Now this one, you've basically got to slam it in order to close it. I don't know if I made that too tight. I can adjust it a little bit, but you know, I want it when it's so that when it's closed, it's pretty solid. So if I did this again, if I was keeping Mahler, what I would do next time is I was actually weld up a frame that connects to the hinges here. That frame would come across, the frame itself would have the linkage that would grab a hold of this, and then the frame would have some support that would hold just the door skin. I think that's what I did wrong, is I tried to make the door skin itself the door. I should have made just a small little frame that did all the latching and had some girth and protection to it, and then just put the panel on there, kind of like how this rear quarter is just a panel and it's just bolted to the chassis for support. I think that would have been better in hindsight, but number one, it works as it is. It's just not as nice as it was before. Number two, maybe that'll be a project for the next owner if they want something better. And then I painted the fenders with some flat black and the roof wing with some flat black, just because I thought they would look much better being flat black than the just raw aluminum like they were before. And I stand behind that. I think the flat black looks nice. There is still a little bit of silver. There's obviously the silver back here. And if you go around to the front skid plate is silver, so there's a little bit of silver accent in there, but I think the flat black looks much better as trim. So what's happening now that Mahler's is technically done, he's been done for 2 days and drivable. So for both of those days, I've taken him out into the neighborhood and a couple of miles outside the neighborhood, and I've driven him around. I'm just putting some miles on him, bring him back home, check everything out, make sure that everything seems good to go. My intention is 100% to sell him at this point. I might already have a buyer, I'm not sure. If I don't, I'm probably going to create a video where I'm showcasing Mahler just to sell him. I might also do a walk around video of him in his completed form before I let him go. And I'm also going to do a video comparing Mahler to Ratchet, since I built both of them and they're both very similar but also very different. Before I let Mahler go, I think I want to put the two of them into a video together where I can show the differences for everybody, but also so that years down the road I can look at that video and kind of remind myself of what the differences was between the two. Another thing I did during the time when I wasn't posting any videos is my town had their annual car show. I had Ratchet in the car show again, just like I did last year. Last year he was all white. This year he was in the car show painted, and I have a radio-controlled car that looks a lot like Ratchet, so I had him sitting on the tire. So that was a lot of fun. He won a little trophy in his class. I register him as specialty vehicle because he's not a vehicle per se. So that was fun. That was a lot of kids come check it out and that stuff. So that was a lot of fun. All right, that's it for this video, guys. That will be the last update on Mauler. You're gonna see him in a couple more videos before I sell him, assuming I can sell him. Man, you can really see how much shinier Mauler is than Ratchet here. Anyways, thanks for watching the videos. I hope they're helping you, or at least giving you a little bit of entertainment. For those of you that reached out to me asking me where I'm at, I should be posting videos regularly now, and thanks for reaching out. I appreciate the concern. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Take care.